Welcome back in to Let's Play Folktales Canyon Map Update 6, Episode 5. So, where we last left our beavers is we had just finished setting up this area over here with all of our industry, and now we're ready to, I think, kind of keep expanding this. That, like I mentioned in the last episode, I want to get some some of the windmills. That's the word I was looking for. I want to get the windmills set up, and I think this is going to be a perfect place to get some windmills set up, especially because I'll be able to very easily clip this into our existing power infrastructure, and then also be able to use this as a very easy way to get to the second level where I want to continue to expand all my industry. That I want to try and keep this centralized since I'm already growing. It's really close to where our beavers are all living. So I think this is a perfect place to keep doing this. And even as we grow further and maybe we mine this a little bit later, that we'll be able to kind of keep everything centralized. I think this is going to work out really, really well. It'll also, if we so desire, allow us to maybe set up vertical batteries, which is probably going to have to happen at some point, and I think this is going to be a decent place to set this up, that I can very easily kind of plant a few vertical batteries up here, blow out the area down below to give us a longer runway to be able to manage all of that. So I think this is going to be a good place for that. That's going to be a future episode, though. I'm not going to worry about that for today. So I want to get this cleared out and get some windmills set up. The next thing that I want to do, especially as I'm growing out my my beavers and really, I think, solidly into the middle game, it's time to turn my attention to both expanding out my population, but also expanding out our food. One thing that you might not have known, and I honestly didn't even know this until relatively recently, and I've been playing Timberborn for quite a while, is berries are the absolute last choice of food for a beaver. That if I grab a beaver here and we look at their nutrition, what we see is that the berries not listed anywhere on here. That they will eat berries if there's literally nothing else on the planet left to eat. So I think having maybe like a little bit of storage just in case something goes completely sideways of berries is going to be a good idea. But otherwise, I'm ready, I think, to go ahead and demolish all the berries that we see right here. This is taking up valuable space that we could be using for planting, and expand out our tree forests out to here. I don't know why I said tree forests as opposed to another type of forest. So expand our tree forest and all of our other forests out into this area. And then as part of that, I'm going to want to expand my food. And so I think this is going to be a good place to grow some wheat and maybe also plant some maple trees. So that way we can get the maple pastries and the bread as well. That it'll be very easy for us to clip into the power that we have. So that way we can grind out our wheat, maybe do the baking over here as well, and then just bring the final products over to our residential area over there on the center of the map. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to use a fluid pump, and I'm going to create a little divot right here in the middle. That while I could go ahead and create a channel, the problem that I'm going to have with the channel, you'll notice that my irrigation is not really coming up 3 levels. That the deeper the water is, the less distance out that it will go from there. So even if I created a nice little channel here and maybe created a space in the middle, it's not going to irrigate all that much land, so that's not going to be a really good approach to this. So I think I'm going to go with the fluid pump. I know some people don't like fluid pumps. You know, for me, I think it's going to work fine, because the only other real choice that I have on this map would be to level this down 2 levels, and not only do I not really have time for that, I really do want to try as best as possible to steal from another creator, one of my favorites. I really want to respect the topography here. So I want to try and keep this where it is. And so to do that, that's going to necessitate a fluid pump. So without any further ado, let us get moving here. So I think I'm going to start off by creating a real quick lumberjack flag right up here. Let's go ahead and lumberjack flag right there, and let's mark all of this for cutting. There we go. Let's see. You'll be able to reach all the way out there. And in fact, I'm going to make things go a little faster. I think I'm going to get 2 lumberjack flags up here. There we go. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is let's start cleaning all of this up. I'm going to leave these here for the time being. I might clean them out later, but I have a feeling, especially as I continue to move down the river here with these wonderful items. Let's go ahead and get that water wheel going. But as I continue to move down, I very well may want these back again. So I think I'm going to leave them, but I am going to demolish all of those. Let's demolish that, and let's set this to empty, and let's set that to empty to migrate all of that from out of there. And then the other big thing that I'm going to do while I'm down here is let's get some contamination barriers. And I'm going to kind of do what I did before of moving one off of these water wheels here. So that way, when I do go to connect this to the rest of my grid, that I can very easily do that. So we'll just kind of plan ahead just a little bit there. And let's get a little bit of speed going. We got 400 water. And how long is this drought going to be? Survey says 5 days. Okay, let's do a little bit of real quick math. So 57 beavers times 2. Well, we have 50 at the moment. We got 7 empty beds, which I want to change that because I don't want to. Let's build that as fast as possible. Because I don't want to get myself into that situation again where I've got waves of beavers coming and going. Let's go ahead and detonate all of that. I always love how slow it is on normal speed. But where was I? Let's make sure I'm building that. There we go. As fast as possible. Okay, so I've got 48 beavers, so 50 beavers. 100 water a day. So I'm going to need 500 water. I've got 400. We'll be okay because we'll be able to keep pumping. I'm going to pause 2 of these. Actually, I'm going to pause 3 of these because I don't want to accidentally run the river dry here. I want to make sure that I've still got some water here. But let's go ahead and get that going. I think it's also probably going to be time to get some more water down here as well. While we're at it, in the last episode, we talked about how we were going to set up our contamination barrier. And I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to run it right through here, just because that's going to be the easiest thing that will work. Because right now I don't have an easy ability to put this out to here. Just kind of the way that I've got things set up. So I think this is going to be the easiest thing to do. And then we'll just leave this as a little bit of green space. And then eventually I'll go ahead and close this off. So, but I think that's the way that I'm going to go about things for the moment. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna, behind the scenes here, crack open an athletic. There we go. Okay, let's see. We are cleaning all of that out up here. And I think I'm going to start planning out how I want all this to go. I think the easiest thing for me to do to hook into my existing grid is just to blow a hole right here. And then that way I can just send a vertical shaft right down into this space right here and then hook up that way. I think that's going to be real easy, real simple. And then now let's go into my power and then my large water, or my large windmills rather, 40 planks, 20 gears, and 30 paper for each. And we definitely need more planks. We've got 3 going here. Right now they're all productivity 0 because we don't have any power. And we're not going to have any power. All right, well, we'll be able to do something here. In the meantime, large water mill, we're not going to be able to build this quite yet because we don't have the planks. You know what I am going to do, though? I'm going to set all of this to low. This can be done in the background here. There we go. And then now let's start putting together some windmills. Okay. Now, one of the interesting things about windmills is they don't necessarily behave like they would in the real world. And by that, I mean, they're not impacted by being blocked by, say, the cliff right here. And they also don't benefit from height either. That as of right now, update 6, this is not something that has been implemented. And so as a result, for the time being, I'm going to take advantage of that fact. Yeah. Let's go ahead and just change this up. I want to get that one built first. And then let's detonate that. And now let's get that and that and that and whoops. Needs to go one more. There we go. And now, wrong one. There we go. And then let's go ahead and let's actually just turn this to here, and then we'll turn that to there. And then I'm going to connect all of these. There we go. Okay. And so now we'll be starting to put together a nice little wind farm back here. And we'll also eventually give ourselves an ability to still put our platforms out top. I'm going to turn this on to 3-speed. How's my water doing? 270, 3 days. We're still looking okay down there. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and turn on the second water pump. There we go. All right. And then the other thing I want to do is let's get this hooked up. Since we aren't using any power right now anyway. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but that was my air conditioning unit. Every now and then it decides it wants to get loud. So just needed to turn that off. And if you didn't hear that, well, now you know something about my setup back here. All right. There is that. That's looking good, and that will get hooked up. All this is going to be wonderful once we start getting some flow going back through here. All right. The other thing I want to do is let's get a couple of lumberjack flags over here to clean all of that out as fast as possible. Let's cut all of that. There we go. Okay. What do we need? We need... Nope, we got the planks for that. And we're going to not have the planks for that. So we are going to be just... Oh, wait, we do. Beautiful. Okay. You know what we're going to do? We are going to prioritize plank creation. Because right now, that's what we're short on. So let's get everything else turned off except for planks. This has given us 124, and planks only need 50, or the lumber mills rather only need 50, so we are looking good there. That productivity score being 21, it's the reason that it's so low is because we hadn't been getting any power through that. So that's not a logistics score that we're seeing there. You'll notice, yeah, that's already climbing since we are now actually moving stuff. Okay. And we're clearing all of this out. And now let me create my little 3x3. I'm going to put it right about here. This looks like about the middle. Just kind of eyeballing this. I think that's pretty close. Yeah. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is let's create my path. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to go like that. There we go. I know that's a little bit of a hike, but I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be okay. Drought ended. We had 200 water. So we're looking good there. Let's remember to turn these back on. And while we're at it, let's get another one going. It is probably going to be time next episode to get one of the bigger ones built. But as part of that, I'm going to want to start dynamiting down through here, get that lower, and actually make it worth our while. So, but in the meantime, let's see. How are we doing over here? We are doing really good. Make sure no fire in the hole. No beavers are over there. And then let's set up... let's set up like that. And let's get a... Where are we? Farming. Here. And then our efficient farmhouse. Let's put that there. There we go. And then let's get my fluid pump, my fluid dump right there. Yes. Okay. And we are done here. So let's go ahead and delete that. And let's delete that. And then let's clean up the path there. Yes. Okay. And we're just waiting on the planks, which I think is just going to be a thing for a little bit. I think we can go ahead and turn all of these back on. I've got a shortcut button for toggling my play. That's why you don't see me actually clicking on it. I definitely recommend setting up shortcut keys. If you've got a Stream Deck, definitely wire it up to that. It makes gameplay just that much easier. It's just that little extra there that helps out. It is definitely time for a builder's hut. Let's see. I can now delete that. Yes. And I can now delete that. Yes. Beautiful. All right. And let's see. I'm going to prioritize that and make sure that that looks good. One of the other things that I'm going to do, because of how far out this is, I'm going to set up a medium tank. I'm going to put it, I think I'm going to put it right back here. Actually, no. I wanted it where I had it in the first place. And this is going to house water. That what I want to do is both A, make it easier for the beaver that's going to be pumping water into here, make it easier for them to do their thing. But the other thing is so that way as beavers are traveling back and forth, that they can just grab water as they go. Okay, let's plant some wheat. We'll go right to there, and maybe we'll also go down to here as well. And then I think what I'm also gonna do while I'm paused is let me get a forester set up temporarily, and let's get some maple trees set up back here. So that way we can get our pastries set up. And I think this is going to be a good enough setup for the moment. I think that's going to be enough. Yeah, plenty of wheat. That should be decent enough of maple. Let's get our beavers moving again. And yeah, perfect. That little 3x3, that's going to pretty much irrigate this entire space. Wonderful. Okay. And I'm going to update my path just to go like that. And let me clean that up there. Okay. Now, in order to start making bread, I need to make flour. And I'm going to do it this way. Might actually have changed my mind. In fact, I am going to have changed my mind on those paths after all. Let's leave that the way that we had it. We'll see why in a second. There we go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to what am I doing? I'm going to put a staircase up. I'm going to put in some storage right here for my wheat. And let's build another warehouse. Let's put this right here. And this is going to store... Actually, this is going to store my wheat. This is going to store my wheat flour. I don't think it's going to matter. But we'll do it like that. And then let me go under food. And then I want the grits mill. Let's put... Where can I put this? Yeah, let's put that there. And then I want my bakery, and let's put that there. And let's get some stairs going up to it. Beautiful. Just gonna worry about making bread for the time being. The maple pastries will come in a while because it's gonna take a long time to both grow these maple trees and then wait for the maple syrup. So that's going to be a total of 40 days. That's going to be like 2-3 cycles yet. So I'm not going to worry at all about that. So this can just make wheat flour, and this can make bread. And let's see. And now I need power over to there. So let me destroy that, and let's get a 3 spot. And there we go. And let's get my power into there. Perfect. And we're going to go up, and we're going to go over, and just like that. Okay. One of the interesting things about the way that power works is it can actually go through any solid building. So even though the bakery doesn't actually need power, it can still transfer power. So we're still okay transferring power into it. And let me make sure I can hook that up. There we go. Okay. You know what? I'm going to put this back where I had it the first time. This will be wheat. This will be wheat flour. Again, I don't think it's going to make really an ounce of difference, but it makes more sense to me since this is what's going to use it to have it underneath. Since this is what's going to use it, have it underneath. There we go. And we are looking really good over here. I'm going to plant some more maple trees since I've got the space. Let's take advantage of it. Maple. Let's put some more back here. And maybe like that. And I think that's going to be just fine. And then once we're done, I'm going to delete the forester, and then I will put in my tapper shack. Cool. That is all looking good. We definitely need to be pulling more water than we are. Let's make sure that this is being prioritized. Yeah. Okay. Let me start planting and marking for cutting here, because apparently I forgot that. And let me get some more oak down, because I know that with folktails, you cannot have too many trees, too many logs. You just can't. Okay, so let's get all of that set up, and let's maybe put some back through here as well. I'm going to give myself like a little bit of space as I put in some more water wheels, but I think that's going to be good. And then the other thing that I want to do in advance of where I know things are going in the future is, I hate when I plant trees and then I forget to mark them for cutting. Let's make sure I do that through here. But I know one of the things I'm going to want to do in the future is I'm going to want to get the large water pumps, and that's going to require the treated planks, which requires pine resin. So I'm just going to go ahead and let that grow, and then that way I will have pine resin. That's going to be way more that I'm going to need in the near term, but it will it'll be good to have. So since they're already planted, I may as well take advantage of them. And I will. Okay. Let's go ahead and clean all of that out. There we go. Let's delete this. Because right now that's sort of just taking up space. And then where's my, you will make it out to here. I need another one. I'm just going to make myself a little bit of space for it. I'm going to go like that. And then I'm just going to put another forester right back here. And then that way I could also maybe in the future do some planting up top here. Let's get that going. And yeah, we definitely need to grow our population. How are we sitting on ages? Yeah, we're doing all right. Okay, so let's turn that on, turn both of those off, and let's also get that into play. And actually, I'm going to pause it for the time being because I don't want to accidentally, again, going to bump that up. Getting to a point where it doesn't matter as much, but I still want to try and pay attention to that. Okay. Yeah, let's... This is just getting silly with our water. Okay. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, we can set this back to normal, and we can set this back to normal. Let's get these built so that way they will be ready. And in fact, let's start getting some more of these. There we go. Is this overkill for what I've got at the moment? Probably. But I'd much rather be ready. Okay. And I can link all of those up. Actually to there. I don't accidentally want to cut that off. So we'll just go to there. And in fact, I'm just going to do the same thing through these. So I'll just go to there. There we go. Beautiful. This is looking good. Let's make sure you've got power. You just don't have the required materials because our wheat hasn't finished yet. But this is coming together. I am really happy with how this is all looking. This will definitely look cleaner once we can get rid of all this metal. If we had the extra beavers, I would go ahead and put another gatherer here, but we don't. But once we get rid of this metal, I think this is going to look really nice over here. And then I'll be able to migrate over here, start pulling all of that metal down. And then once I get to bots, then I'll do the underground ruins. That the moment you set up a mine, you basically just start injuring all your beavers. So I typically won't do a mine until I get to bots. The other very big thing about a mine is you really need to have a ton of trees, because what this really does is it converts gears and treated planks into metal. That's effectively what it does. So as a result, you just need to have a really good infrastructure of trees going in order to make that happen. Okay. Let's see, we've got 300 beavers, and right now we only have 2 beds. Let's take a moment here. I'm just going to pause for a second, and I'm going to well-being. Let's get another medical bed, maybe right here, and maybe I think that's going to be it. And then the other big thing that I want to do is I want to get I want to get a couple of showers set up to help improve happiness. And I also, are these, am I able to just plant over these? I can. Oh, well, in that case, let's go. There we go. And let's put my forester back here. Yeah. Perfect. All right, let's get this built right away. All right, in any event, I want to get a little bit of more happiness going. Bad tide approaching. How's my water situation? Yeah, we need more water. But I want to get a little bit of decoration into place here. Make things look better and help our beaver happiness. Happier beavers work faster, live longer, all that good stuff. So it's important to keep them happy. All right, how are we looking on our water here? Prioritize. So we've got 600 and we've got 54 beavers. So 108. So we can make about 5 days. I can't remember what the max is on normal for a bad tide. I think we should be okay though. But we are also now pumping into here. So we need to take that into account as well. That every hour this is going to pump out 3 water. So so we've got 16-hour work days. I'm going to try and do this math real quick. Probably actually working about 12 hours of that. So that's 36 a day. So my real number, 108, 36, 144. So let's just round that off to an even 150 for simple math. So I could go about 4 days. 4 days without water. I think that's how my math is going to math. I used to be good at math. Used to be. Not near as much anymore. And since I can plant over that, I'm going to make sure I unmark for demolition all of that. And then I also need to make sure that we are setting all of this to cut. And then let's also get a lumberjack flag or 2 down here. Lumberjack flag. There we go. Why is that paused? That's what my problem is. How long is that? Sometimes to the levels of my own stupidity. Okay, now we just need the beavers. Now we just need the population. Man, that's annoying. That's why we haven't gotten as much water, because all of our beavers here have been moving stuff. I'm really curious now how long that's been paused. That is really annoying. All right. 3-day bad tide. We'll be okay. Yeah, I'll be curious how much of this back here is going to die. I think we'll be okay, though. Once this bad tide finishes out, I am going to create a little water pocket right back here. I'll probably actually just put it right underneath this, just so that way I can make sure that we keep our sunflower seeds alive when this happens. So maybe like right here. I'll put a sluice there and then do that. But in the meantime, man, I can't even remember when I paused that. That is really stinking annoying. Okay. But on the plus side, we still have power going over here, such as it is. Not, or no, we do, because we still have our water going through here. Bad tides still give us water wheel power. So we've got water coming through here, and we've got that going. Excellent. And it does dawn on me, I also need to get some irrigation through here. I think that's going to be my goal for the next episode, is to start setting up some more irrigation down through here, because that's going to become a bigger thing as we continue to progress. All right. For the time being, though, we are getting right towards that 40-minute mark, and I've accomplished the big things that I wanted to accomplish. So I'm expanding out to here, getting all of this set up. I've got my new farming set up over here. This is looking really good. And what's nice is because this is elevated, this is not being impacted by the bad water. So we're looking really good there. And now we've got bread. And so our beavers now have access to a brand new food source. Okay. And let me get this set up. Okay. I think I finished my goals. I'm pretty satisfied with all of this. I'm still annoyed at myself. I don't know when I did that. But there is that. Yeah. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, share, do all of those types of things. That engagement really helps out the channel. Also, if you want to take one step further in supporting the channel, I'm doing fundraising for the American Cancer Society. You can see the link in the description down below. Donate $10 or more, and I will put your name into the game, put it into the list of available beaver names. So if you do that, that would be greatly appreciated. In the meantime, I think this is a perfect spot right as we go into a temperate season to put a cut into the video. So thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you in the end. I'm going to do that sentence one last time. We'll get it right. We'll do it in English even. I will see you in the... Maybe I won't get it right. I'll see you in the next episode.